Well, we are live, and hello, everyone. Alejandro Tornato here, coming directly, you know where from, but if you don't know, I'll tell you. Beaufort, Georgia. And it's a great day, as every other day. It's all days are great to be lived to the fullest of our abilities. And today, we wanted to do something different. Sometimes, when I opened in my very short opening monologue, then I am just by myself. But today we wanted to do it differently. So I am speaking now, but I have my dear friend and colleague, Transformational Bob, next to me, just to give me the enthusiasm and the energy that I need to do this. And I want to welcome you. I want to welcome you to another brand new episode of Alejandro and Bob Unplugged, with two G's, okay? Unplugged. And Bob, of course, is coming directly from beautiful and sunny and glaring and hot and humid Bermuda. So without any further delay, hey Bob, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm glad you did the introduction because I have been sitting here fuming. I can't begin to tell you how I've been fuming for days. I don't take things personal. I don't hold grudges, but I have been sitting here. I don't know why it's always me. But the situation is that I spend all these hours on the telephone with the airline because I'm stuck. I'm shipwrecked here on this island. I'm supposed to be there, and I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm not there. And once again, oh, you can't hear me tap the table, but once again, between Saturday night and Sunday morning, that seems to be, I don't know why it's always me. My flight was canceled again. Something about this corona thing that they keep moving the goalposts. Now, I don't know why it's me. I don't see this happening to other people.
You see, I told you a long time ago, if you had done what I said to you back then, you would be arriving at the shores of the United States. I said, forget about flying, just begin swimming. And if you did that back then, you would be across the sea by now. You see all that wasted time with airlines?
I would have been there by now, but knowing the fact that it's why me, I probably, instead of having a couple of dolphins come along to help me, I would have been swallowed up by a whale like Jonah. I don't know. And
Hey,
it's so glary out. I got to wear my shades. I got to tell you what.
Hey, you would have been like the story in the Bible. You would have arrived at the United States in the belly of the whale.
And he would have spit me out. But what is today's topic? Because I'm excited to.
Well, today's topic is, it's in the form of a very short question. Now, this is a question that is very easy to ask, but is not that easy to answer. And the question is this. Now, why you? That's it. Why you?
Or what about why you?
Yes, why me or why you? And just to bring some context into this, it doesn't matter what you do in life, whether you want to be a speaker, a coach, a trainer, a teacher, or anything else, and you have a dream that you want to achieve, that you want to accomplish, that you want to attain. Now, the question is, why you? Why are you the person who has the ability to um, to do it? Why would people um, believe in you? Why is it? And so for most people, when they get stuck in that question and they don't know how to answer it, why you? Then I heard it by a mentor of mine and a mentor of Bob as well, that if we don't have an answer to that question, um, that little voice in the back of our minds, I mean, of self judgment, is going to rob us from that dream, and is going to be the number one dream assassin and killer. And so, whatever your dream is of what you want to do in life, you have to be prepared to answer that question. Why you? Why have you been selected to do that and nobody else? So what about you, Bob?
Well, I'm going to have to go back to my childhood, my early childhood, when I was in elementary school. Nobody on the playground wanted to play with me, so I even had to do the seesaw by myself. Now, I don't know if you know what it's like to do a seesaw, where you have to keep running around to the other part of it. It's pretty tiring. But not only that, when we would get together on the playground to choose up teams for kickball or whatever we were going to play, I was picked last. Why me? But as I traversed through the fact, and then I went to this thing called airborne school.
Okay.
Airborne school. It's where you become a paratrooper.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 3 weeks. And why me could have taken a positive or a negative impact, because there were several times during the transition of that course where I was saying, why me? Why am I going to fail out of this course?
Yeah.
As opposed to, why me? I get to jump out of airplanes. So I had to do some inward workings of my mechanism all throughout those 3 weeks, that it wasn't going to be why me that had to go home without finishing what I started.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my wings, and I've done many jumps ever since. But you it's interesting that you pointed out why me from a positive connotation, because too many of us, and that's how I opened up this entire broadcast with it. Why me? Why is my plane? Let them cancel somebody else's plane. Why me all the time? But you came at this from a positive. Why you are chosen to do why you have been gifted with the opportunities that come along. So I will put it back in your shoulders now. Why you?
Yes. Well, it is the why you or why me question is very important, because it's a question of both meaning and significance. It is a question of meaning and significance. And let me say, answering to that question requires three reasons, and you have to have these reasons in your mind, and you have to believe in these reasons to really answer that question of why you. Is it because are you special? I mean, compared to somebody else? Um, and the reason number one is the fact that we need to consider the source of the dream. I mean, what is the source of the dream? Um, and I dare say that the source of the dream was not you. I mean, the source of the dream was something else that put that dream in you because you were the person most suited to fulfill that dream, to make it a reality, and to make it expansive. I didn't say expensive, I said expansive. I
Well,
mean,
it could be expensive.
I mean, yeah, of course, it could be expensive, but it is expansive because you are expanding yourself, and through the realization of that dream, you are expanding the experience, the life experience of many other people. And is that dream the another question that you have to ask yourself is, does that dream give you life? If that dream gives you life, then you are the person most suited for that dream. I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Bob?
So I said it could be expensive if you have the mindset of why me? Why is it so expensive, and it puts that out of my reach, as opposed to adding the true value of what it takes to get where your dream is leading you. Now, I don't want to get overly semantical here, philosophical, religious, but I firmly believe that coincidences don't happen coincidentally.
That's
And
right.
and sometimes I can choose to be like a Noah character and say, why me? Why do you want me to build this ark? Why me? Or look at it as, hey, why me? I get to build this ark. I'm going to save my family. Um, I'm a firm believer that thoughts are put into our heart, into our mind, and we're destined to have a choice. We can do whatever it takes, because why me? To go out and bring that dream to a realization, because the creator is looking for that creation to take place, that
Mhm.
invention, that dream to come forth. But as I think about it, and this is where it gets a little deep, I'm thinking he puts that same idea into other people as well, not just me, because we all have choice. His goal is to see this thing come to fruition, and one of us is going to step up, because why me? I'd rather, as opposed to why you.
I mean, that's exactly right.
That
You
was
know,
that was deep, wasn't it?
yes, 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 it was. But we need to go deep because there's basically not too much content on the surface of the skin. We have to penetrate. We have to go deeper if we want to get some good content. Um, and so earlier on today, I had a conversation with um, a teacher of personal growth and leadership. I mean, from Pakistan, and we were talking about, and we were saying that sometimes there are some people that when they have that dream, um, they begin to look outside for the resources. Well, I don't have the resources, I mean, to do this dream or to fulfill whatever it is that I want. And rather than looking outside, we are very perfectly, fully resourced inside uh, to fulfill anything. You know, uh, you would not have any dream to accomplish if you were not given all the resources that you need to fulfill the dream. That would be a 100% impossibility. So if you had the dream, surely you would have the resources to do it. So in your opinion, I mean, do you think that some people, they get stuck so much early in the fulfillment of a dream that they want to accomplish, because they're looking for resources in the wrong place?
I I think that you're 100% correct when it comes to being resourced. However, if we go back to the Noah example, why me? Who am I? What makes me so special?
Mm,
I'm just a, and you're much better than me, but I'm just a, I don't have any money. I wasn't born well to do. I wasn't, the excuses can be limitless, but it just takes a spark to get the fire going. And yes, we are fully resourced, and we will take those resources with us. And there's another aspect of the resources that it's a beautiful and sunny day here in Bermuda, by the way. But the humidity is way up. Why me? Why does the humidity only impact? No, anyway, I digress. But we are fully resourced. But I think of the catalyst and enzyme example.
yeah.
And in order for a catalyst to work, it has to have an enzyme to act upon it. In order for an enzyme to do its thing, it must be acted upon by a catalyst. And if the catalyst and the enzyme don't get together, then we don't get the basic. That's basic chemistry 101 for because I didn't do well in chemistry in college. I admitted that I didn't go to class. That could be a reason why I didn't do very well, because I didn't go to class. But the catalyst and enzyme is so important. So you may be the catalyst and I may be the enzyme, and it's important for the two to come together to bring that dream or that invention. I think of Wilbur and Orville, the
Mm,
Wright brothers.
yes.
I have a feeling they sat side by side on the airplane. I have a
Um,
feeling.
that's right. That's right. Um, so so then the first reason that we need to consider, I mean, in asking the question why you or why me, is consider the source of the dream, that it is outside of you. Okay, now the second point is the fact that why you is because this is your time. This is your time. And why am I doing this with Bob? Because this is our time. Because this is our time. It wasn't 5 years ago. It was not. It is not 2 years in the future. But the time is now. This is the time. And if this is your time, you have to make the best of this time. And so, why you is because consider it that you did not have this dream, whatever it is, in your childhood. You didn't. And you didn't have it. You didn't have it last year, perhaps, but you have it now. And if you have it now, so this is your time to begin walking in the direction of that dream. Don't let this time pass you by. Make the most of it and begin working on that dream. I mean, what are your comments on that?
I was listening to John today, as he is one of my mentors. And you know how you look at this COVID, this Wuhan virus,
Mm-hmm.
you can why me it to death, literally, or you can, and I say that with respect because I know that there have been people that have passed into another world as a result of it.
Sure.
But they're not busy going why me, okay? But you can why me this thing literally, but you can also look at it from a standpoint as to what can I do differently that I have an opportunity as a result of everything that is taking place and transpiring? Um, why me that the normal has changed? Well, we're into the new normal. And next week, the new normal will be the new normal again.
Yes,
And
I think Bob. I was talking to someone a few days ago, and in the conversation, we were talking about obviously COVID-19 and the coronavirus and the new normal and so forth. And I said to this person, you know, I truly believe that in the future editions of the dictionary, there's going to be one word that is going to be completely eliminated from the dictionary, and that word is normal, because normal doesn't exist anymore, I believe.
I
Whatever is the
agree.
new normal, or the new normal, or the new normal, normal, it just doesn't exist anymore.
And I don't know why me that all the bikes have decided to go by this afternoon during this broadcast. That's because the levels have been raised, or I should say lowered, so that they can get out again. But it's just interesting because why did my parents, my birth parents, separate when they did?
Yeah,
Why me? Why did I have an opportunity to be raised by my great aunt until my stepmother was brought into the picture? Why me did she choose to treat me as if I were her own natural born child? Why me that I got to do scouting, and why me that I got to actually go to college? And why me, because I wasn't going to class, did my parents decide to make me pay for it from that point on? And oh my gosh, I went from a 1 point whatever to a 3.9. Because why me? I'm paying for this. I'm going to make the most of it.
that's right.
And you're right. We are birthed, and things are transgressing, transposing. The dreams are percolating in us, and we were born for this,
That's right.
because something is going to percolate inside of us at a certain, when the time is right. But you've got to be able to determine and recognize that the time is right, because we deal in windows of time,
Yeah,
and a window comes and a window goes, and we have to wait again for the window. I don't want to wait anymore.
that's right. That's
Why
right.
me?
That's right. And so number one is consider the source of the dream. Number two is this is your time. Okay. And number three and final is, and this is especially relevant for us who are speakers, coaches, trainers. I mean, who love to speak and to share with our words, is because our voice matters. Is because our voice matters. And I heard it many times, and I had some discussions with some people some time ago. People who came to me, and we were talking about life, and we were talking about experiences, and I said, well, I mean, why don't you share your story? And they came back to me and they said, because I don't have any story to share. I don't have any story to share. And I heard it so many times. And with much love and respect, I said, that is pure BS. And
Yep.
what I said is, that's your belief system, okay? That you don't have a story, because every single person that is born has a story to share. You may not know what your story is, but your voice matters, and our voice matters, and that's why we do what we do, because our message may not resonate with the 7+ billion people living in the planet, but if it resonates with one or two, that one or two, those are the people who are not just hearing, but listening to our voice, and our voice matters. So what can you share with that, Bob?
Well, we love stories, and I love to tell stories, and sometimes the stories I tell are quite the stories. And they're all true. They're all true. I would never dream of making up anything that's not true. But I want to close my part out, and I actually wrote a podcast on this, and I made a video on this, and it centers all around the Twix bar, because the Twix bar, the advertising people that came up with the advertising for the Twix, they were geniuses. They asked you, are you a left Twix or are you a right Twix? And of course, every time somebody tried to say, but they're both the same, they would get booted out. And it's intriguing to realize that not only is there a left Twix and a right Twix, but there are mini Twix, there are white chocolate Twix, there are dark chocolate Twix, there are small Twix, there's medium Twix, there's 4-pack Twix, and they're full of left and rights. And my question is, which one are you? Are you a left or a right? Of course, we're doing this backwards, so
that's right.
The camera. Well, it doesn't matter, because why you? Why are you a left Twix? You're really a right Twix. Oh, you're both the same.
That's exactly right. And if you think that you are a right Twix, well, you're going to resonate with right Twixters in the world. And if you're a left Twixt, then you're going to resonate with the left Twixters in the world. So there's always I think that this is an important question. No matter what your dream is, I think that every dream is valuable. Every dream needs to be captured, and it needs to be fulfilled. And in order to do that, we need to ask these questions, because these questions are going to help us in moving in the direction of that dream. I mean, the source of the dream, the fact that this is your time. That's why you have this dream, because this is your time right now. And is because for a speaker, your voice matters. Your voice matters, and your story matters, and your message matters. It's been great. It's always great, I mean, to share these topics with you, Bob, because you bring that element of wisdom and of humor to the sessions.
Well, let me add one more thing, because when we're done with this, the heck with the Twix bars, I'm going to go have a York peppermint patty, because I want to go up to the mountaintop where the snow is. And
I can see that you are a chocolate lover. Is that right?
I'm just a dreamer.
But listen, why don't you just go ahead and in the next few seconds, I mean, just close us out with some words of wisdom, or a CTA, which, if you don't know, it's a call to action.
Call to action. Well, I want everybody to be looking forward and knowing that we are very close to launching what we know is going to be something that every one of you is going to want to participate in. And my call to action today is take out a pencil or a pen and a piece of paper and write down why me on the left side and why me on the right side. And again, we're unplugged, so I did not rehearse this with you.
No, no,
And
no,
I,
no, no, no.
and I want you to draw a line right down the middle. Now, if you're not wanting to draw, if you want to be a nonconformist, go 2/3 on that side, or draw the line wherever you want, but draw a line. And the why me's on the one side are the why me's that nothing goes right, and the why me's that everything can go right, and see which side of the list is greater. If the negative side is greater than the positive side, you've got some crossing out to do to transfer it over to the positive side. And it may only take 1 or 2 words
That's right.
to move it from negative to positive.
That's right.
And let us know in the comment section, because this is going to be published as a podcast, as a video blog. Let us, and I know it'll be on your Facebook page. So
Sure.
leave us some comments.
Exactly. So thank you so very much again. It's always great. And until we meet again, which is going to be this coming Friday, you may be wondering, what is the topic for Friday? Well, guess what? I don't know what the topic for Friday is going to be, but before Friday, we'll definitely find out.
And by the way, I put my aviators back on because after we get off this call, I'm going to go find an airplane that flies.
It's not, hey Bob, it's not that you want to go and find an airplane, is whether an airplane is going to find you.
Whatever it takes, I'll fly it myself if I have to.
Hey, as I always say, live every moment, be resilient, and also be kind, be passionate, be well, be intentional, and keep living to the fullest. Hey, take care, Bob. Thank you very much.
I'll see you soon.
All the best.
Bye, everybody.